Welcome to You Can Do It. So today we're going to look at doing the measuring the end gap on our new piston rings for a KTM 300. Same process for any engine, and basically got two new rings here for our piston. We just want to check in here. I mean, they come from the manufacturer, the KTM, so they should be totally in spec, but just to double check, we'll measure the ring gap in here. The ring gap obviously is there to take any expansion as the engine gets hot, so that the ring doesn't bind. And if the ring binds, then you're going to trash. You're basically going to seize your engine up. So it's going to be a very expensive repair job. So it's a lot better just to check it now. And actually, KTM in the manual for this engine, they put 0.4 mil as the biggest end gap. But I'm not really too worried about having the end gap too big, because all I'll lose from that is a bit of performance. The major one is that the end gap is too small, which means obviously as it expands, it'll bind up if it's too small. So let's check it. I believe that the minimum should be 0.25. I didn't actually see that in the instruction manual. So I'm going to take this out and pop it in here. I'll need two hands to do that. But basically, on the new rings, you'll have on one side you'll have a letter, usually an N or something, I think, for KTM, and that is the top side. So that should be the top that faces upwards. When you put it on the piston as well, the letters always face up. Obviously, once the piston's been used a bit, then that'll wear off, and you might not be able to see it. But on a brand new one, you'll see an N. I'm going to take that out of here now, find the right side and put it in there. Let me get on. There's the ring out. Look, you can see the N there, look. See that on the left hand side, so that's the top. So I'll stick that in there, and obviously the gap goes at the back, at the back of the engine, from the carb side. So we'll put that in there. So we just gently put that in, just right at the top, and then I'll use the piston to push that down about 1 centimetre, and then we can measure the gap. So let me put that in there. I've now taken the top ring off of my piston, and I'll use that. I'll put the piston in there, and I can gently just push that down until it hits the bottom ring, which is obviously flared out, and then I can take that out. Now I know that that ring has been that piston ring has been pushed down all about 1 centimetre from the top, and it's all level. So now what we need to do is measure that gap with a set of feeler gauges. Different ways of measuring, but I like to put it on the deck there, and as you can see down there's the gap, and if that feeler gauge goes through there, look. No binding at all, and that was a 0.1. So let's try a 0.2. There's a 0.25 of a millimetre. Let's just check that. Run that gently. Will that go through that gap? Yeah. I'll just knock that slightly. Yeah. Look, that goes through there. It's just starting. That goes through there without binding, so I know that the gap is bigger than the minimum that I'm looking for, and then I'll try 0.3 now. Let's test the 0.3 in there. Oh yeah, 0.3 goes in, but look, it's just caught that a little bit there. I reckon that's about as tight as, yeah, that goes in. Just so I'd actually say that's about that's a 0.3. So I now know that I say the gap is above the 0.25 and it's below the 0.4. So that ring is fine. Now if the end gap was obviously too small, if the end gap is too big, then you need to get a new ring. If the end gap is too small, then you take your ring out and you get a tiny little like jeweler's file, and you just rub it a few times on the end there, just to take that and then put it back in and recheck it. But we know that ring's good, so that's ready to go on the piston. So then I'm going to do the same with the next ring. Letter to the top there, look. So now I'm going to stick that ring in there, and I'll use the piston again to push that in. Okay, that's in, and then as the other one was a 0.3, I will test this one straight with a 0.3. Yeah, and that is exactly the same. So yeah, that's true, good old KTM spec, they're perfectly within spec. So I mean, did I need to do that? Well, probably not, but it's always best to check, because it's a 2-second job to check it. And if you don't do it and it's wrong, the consequences if it's too small on a new set of rings are quite serious. So we have done it. The ring gaps are fine on that, so we can put our new rings on our piston. So I'm going to put the new rings on the piston, and then I can start rebuilding it, and we can get on to the next video. So look, you've done it. If you've got any questions, give me send some comments in, and I'll answer them as best I can. If you like the channel, subscribe please, it always helps. Have a good day. You've done it.